So a little bit different today. Trying out the new Enfield 650 twin Interceptor. And the GT, the Continental GT. And probably made a mistake coming up here on the booster. So yeah, it's probably made a mistake coming up to the showroom on the booster and then going out on this, because it's a lot underpowered. And the first thing I've noticed is how wallowy it is on the back end. It really is like being on a blancmange. But for a little 650, it's quite punchy. Probably a bit less than my old V-Strom 650, but when you get higher up in the revs you can feel there's that extra bit of punch there. Not a great deal, I mean it's only a 650 twin, but yeah, it's got something. But no, I mean it's dog basic. It's got ABS. You have got a fuel gauge, which is always helpful, and then old style clocks. It's nice to have the two rather than, I think the Triumph on a lot of theirs, they've got the single gauge, so it looks better with the two on there. A bit too much chrome for me, and a bit too set up, which is weird because all my bikes are set up, but I really want to try that Continental GT, which, although it's got the calf racer style handlebars, they are sitting on top of the forks, so you're not leant over to some drastic super sport degree, so could be good. Clutch is smooth as anything, it really is. That's a one finger clutch if you had the right size lever. Yeah, that's a really light clutch. And brakes, you got a single disc on the front and single on the back, which are Baybury, which is apparently Brembo economy range or whatever. But no, they are, yeah, they're really good. Try the back one. Oh, that locked it up. Yeah, that is a good back brake. Yeah, it's very bit of a fishtail going on at the back, which is a rather weird feeling. Yes, that's the one I'm coveting at the moment, the GT, which apparently is a little harder to corner with, and because of your drop handlebars. But good looking bikes. Oh dear. Yes, the back brake is phenomenal. Yeah, so I mean it is what it is. I mean, £5.5 grand gets you 600 and something cc's, not quite 650, is it? And it's fun. It's got a good note. Definitely got a good note on the exhaust. Could do with a little bit more volume. I don't know whether there is baffles that can be taken out. There's not usually in stock exhaust these days. But yeah, it's everything you'd want. Everything you need. Don't know about want. That's what I say about getting off a higher booster and getting on these. It is what it is. It's a lot of bike for the money, but will it stand the test of time? As I say, that back end does like the fishtail a bit. Perhaps there's not the right tyre pressures in there. Oh, the seat is very comfortable, very compliant, which definitely helps down roads like this. Clutch is starting to feel a little bit notchy. Ideal for a bimble, not too bad for a blast. It's got the character for the blast, and I know that's easy for me to say having only been on it for about half an hour, but it has got that good rumble, and it is back to basics. It is you riding it, it's you in control. Very able, very qualified for bimbling along like this through country villages on a lovely summer's day. It's got enough for your little overtakes, and it's got, you know, what's that top gear? 2000 revs at 40. Yeah, I do think it needs just a little bit more burble out of those exhausts, just for your own appreciation. So? It's fun, yeah, it is fun. They are really fun. That is too setup. Yeah, see that. For the overall package, it's just not. Because you're set up, I don't think you're getting the full appreciation of how slow you're going. That is it. You are on them top revs all the time, and when you want that bit more, because you're already going too fast, there's nothing left.
Absolutely, yeah. I would have said, if you want to do 80 mile an hour everywhere,
yeah,
that's what it does.
Yeah, and you can do a quick to 90 overtake, but if you need any more than that, you better fucking plan it way in advance.
But definitely 80 mile an hour everywhere, and
that's that ride ruined. I'll see if there's a toolkit for you. Oh, what does that do? Is that the seat? What does that do then?
That's doing that, doing something to it.
Oh, there you go.
What's that for then? Pop it out, some poppers on it, yeah. That's it. Oh,
Toolkit.
yeah.
Battery. Fuck me, if you took the battery out, you'd lose 14 kilos.
I don't know what to do about these fucking mirrors. Oh, I see.
Oh, that's the seat pull.
Is there a spanner in there? There's fucking one standing there.
Shall I phone Groomages? We need the breakdown out. The mirror's gone. Wow, look at this comprehensive set.
One of these, isn't it?
Or both. Is it left-hand thread?
Yeah.
Gets awkward, doesn't it?
Why is that? Are they not fucking...
Are they not real
They've
spanners?
done two... Look, they've done two the same.
There you go.
Go on then, give it the beans. Good luck with that now.
Well, now I know I've got a toolkit, I'm alright.
It's excellent. I don't know whether it's...
It is a lot of hideous fun,
Yeah.
but whether it's long term...
And when you do explode the engine, they come out and rescue you.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it's,
build it.
they do admit it's their fault.
But maybe I'll get used to the fact that
Yeah, but you're not going to be using it every single day, are you? That's the thing. You'll look at a sunny day and it's like, I'm going to have a bimble to a fucking pub. I'll have a play on the way there, play on the way back, have a glass of fucking sherry outside or something, and then
glass of port.
glass of port. And that'll do you. You know, you're not going out to set any land speed records or anything, but you can have a half decent play on it. Yeah.
It does open up.
So immediately you notice the fact that it's harder to steer. You've got to put a lot more effort into getting it over, getting it round the bends. The Interceptor's a lot more freewheeling as such. And the seat, it's the combination of the seat and the tank. It's, you don't know, you've really got to pull your legs in to grip, which seems proper overkill in comparison to the Interceptor. And yeah, it's just too thin. The seat's harder. It's just a very stiff bike to be riding in comparison to the Interceptor, which is strange because so much of it is the same. Bit of a flat spot there. I don't know whether that's because the throttle cable wants adjusting or whether there is actually a flat spot. The throttle on this is definitely stiffer than the Interceptor. which makes the whole package a bit of a letdown really. This is the one I wanted to really enjoy. I've had a bit of a laugh on the Interceptor. I don't overly get on, I don't want to get on with the sit-up position on the Interceptor because all my bikes are sit up, and I did want the whole look and the feel of the Continental to be the promise it was, and unfortunately it's a bit of a letdown. And say the seat and the tank are extra skinny, which makes it very weird to clench with your legs. Not impossible, and it's something you'd get used to, but would you want to get used to it? That's probably the main crux of the matter. I mean, for the price of it, yeah, I mean it's much better looking. It's when you're heading in a straight line, it's a much better, cleaner look when you look down with the twin gauges. There's none of that secondary bar across the brace on the handlebars or anything that the Interceptor's got. It's the look is much better, but it promised so much more. I mean, power wise they're pretty much the same. This will just slightly get away from the Interceptor, not by much. I do think the throttle wants adjusting. Yeah, there's nothing first inch or so, which means you have to wind it round a bit too much, which you get to the stage where you are sort of letting it go and then taking another grab. I think my expectations were just a little bit too much. It's definitely more vibey than the Interceptor. You're feeling a lot more through the handlebars, and it doesn't seem to be the fishtailing going on. Whether that's because you're leant forward more, whether there's a better balance to it all, but yeah, I think at the moment of the two, the better ride is the Interceptor. It is smoother, less vibey. You have got that bit of fishtailing on the back, but it's not life-threatening as such. It's a bit amusing actually. It is old school. Whereas the Continental GT, it's got the look. The Interceptor, the look of it doesn't do it for me. Do you want to stop or what? That was the wrong gear. Slipper clutch works definitely. Oh dear. So there you go, that's my opinion of the two vehicles. The Interceptor wins it on everything apart from looks, which is a little bit sad really, because I really was expecting to walk away having purchased a Continental GT, and I just can't. No. Even at the low price and the bargain that it is, it's not the bike for me. It's fun, don't let me sway you that way. It's definitely a fun machine. It's got the sound, it's got the old school feel to it. That's probably just the cheapness of it, but it has got the old school feel to it, and which is nice. It gives it a lovely character. They both have that feel. Yeah, they've both got that old school charm about them, but the look of the Interceptor, it doesn't do it for me. Yeah, it really is a shame. Anyway, you don't know till you try it. Get out there and try them for yourself. They are a wonderful package. I can feel that's the thing, you know, I'm starting to feel the weight on my wrist, on my throttle wrist. That's starting to ache a bit, and there's no way of, well, for me, gripping the tank and the seat comfortably to be able to alleviate the weight off my wrists, which is a real shame. If it had the width of the Interceptor, you know, kept the thinner part of the tank a little bit wider, it probably would have been a bit more enjoyable. But both of them fun, characterful bikes. They'll do 80 no problem whatsoever. They'll push on to a ton if you've got enough road. I mean, the gearbox is lovely and smooth, can't take that away from them. Lovely light clutches. It really has got a half decent sound to it, but that's more for other people to appreciate. But yeah, it's very smooth. Gearbox is smooth throughout. Fit and finish, you're not going to know whether that stands the test of time until you've had it for some time. But I think it is a bike that really does need looking after. It will need some care and attention, which I just don't do either. There you go, 70. I cruise at 70 all day long. It's just not comfortable enough. You can already feel, or I can already feel, the seat digging in. There's a nice bit of torque and that down low, but if you want a bit more life and a bit more fun, you've really got to be up the rev range. But there you go, make your choice, go and test ride them. Brilliant packages, they're lovely bikes, they're just not for me. And that, is that. So disappointing. Yeah, it's so disappointing.